You know, if you look at things the right way, things are happening in the way God is, in funny ways, trying to steer you back into healing. I've said it myself in various different places I've been to about, having therapeutic things going on in these shelters, for a matter of fact, where they have horticulture and things like that. If the crazy things, if we had actually did things when I was saying about it and suggested, there would have been a nice little harvest going on right now. But there has been a lot of people that have listened. I've noticed while I was working at a certain place where they were getting things, and I was like, well, that probably wouldn't be a good time to start that. And they were like, oh, and I was like, no, do it anyway. I would do it anyway. And maybe it was a reason for that, for you to see how you can grow things and how you can do things in various different, temperatures and practice. Not only that, they got YouTube, they got TikTok, where you can get green thumb advices on a lot of stuff. I even go on there myself. I've been doing that for years with hydroponics and different things like that. Also with not just hydroponics, but also, with, soil and what kind of soil to have with what. Another thing is that, this forces you into your root chakra healing. It grounds you when you're planting and doing things like that. If you ever wonder why it is that you feel good when you're actually doing things like that, it actually helps your extremities heal, helps your circulation heal, it helps your mind, body, and soul with stability and all that stuff. So, you have to look at things in that kind of way, that there's probably a really good reason for, these things being placed in effect. God wouldn't allow certain things to happen for no reason, and maybe this is a perfect time for you to try those things out, It's a perfect time to try it out. It's really fun to do if you really see it. The funny thing is, these shelters is the main places where they should be having those kind of things at, not just people sitting around. That's no problem, but like giving them something to do, something constructive to do, and it's like a lifestyle skill that they would be learning at the same time. So you gotta wonder why it is like you got these caseworkers and stuff in these offices, sitting there all day in these offices. What exactly is it that they're actually doing? Where exactly is it that they're making a difference? As a nurse, we always had like nursing assessments and care plans to do, where we were coming up with reasons. Do they even do that anymore? Because even like in a nursing field, in the medical field alone, it's just starting to see no hope. Or is it that they just do things and make things sound good or look good? That's just like when I was out, standing out, wanting to meet these candidates for voting for mayors and all this stuff. With me just seeing what's going on in these shelters and stuff. Because the things that I have addressed, and I'm trying to figure out this whole thing about being realtors. Why is it? I'm going to leave that for another day. But I see myself about this whole realtor thing. But like I was saying about candidates and stuff like that, me, myself, if some of the things you addressed to me where I felt it was a concern and I had the time to actually stand outside and meet candidates, I'm somebody that I would have made my way over to that spot, especially if it was only a 5-10 minute trip over there. I would have wanted to go over and address to see what the problem is, especially when you have people and you have resources to where those things could be fixed. And if you're really looking to make things a better place, why wouldn't you do that? Just various different things I'm just thinking about randomly. But you know, everything's about free will also. People don't have to get them services, but there are some people who have no clue about them services or where to even start. Some people have no clue that they would love gardening until they actually start doing it. My grandparents and they taught me a long time ago, and my aunt and my mother even too. But my grandparents first, they always had us out there. And it was actually a fun experience, not like a working slave experience. It was actually a fun experience.
Energies. So
The difference between the Empress and the Queen. The Empress is going to ask God to please save the bees. Please bless the bees. Empress takes charge. Empress nurtures. She is the queen of all queens. She's a nurturer.